Hi, today I'm going to explain the key ideas from the conference paper Scaling Agile. This paper focuses on how companies can successfully implement agile methodologies beyond small teams and apply them across large organizations or complex projects. As we know, agile works very well for small teams of 5 to 9 people, but when organizations try to use it as a large scale, like for enterprise-wide projects, they often face challenges. These include misalignment between teams, lack or especially resource and insufficient support from stakeholders. So, how can companies overcome this challenge? The author introduced the concept of scaling frameworks. These are structured approaches that help coordinate multiple agile teams without losing the core benefits of agility. The paper highlights three main frameworks. First, SAFe Scale Agile Framework. It organizes teams into three levels: portfolio, program, and team. A key concept here is the Agile Release Train or ART, which helps synchronize teams to deliver value consistently. SAFe is very structured, which makes it great for large organizations, but it can be too rigid for a small one. Second, that discipline agile delivery. This framework is more flexible and people-oriented. It focuses on roles and goals rather than strict processes. That also emphasizes delivering consumable solutions, which includes not only software but also documentation and other elements that provide customer value. And third, less large-scale Scrum. This is basically Scrum applied to large contexts. It keeps Scrum simplicity but adds rules for multiple teams. For example, in less teams share a single product backlog and definition of done, which helps maintain alignment. The paper also emphasized the importance of self-assessment before choosing a framework. Companies need to ask themselves questions like what is our business strategy? How experienced are our teams with Agile? What are our project size and complexities? In summary, scaling Agile is not about making teams bigger, but about coordinating more teams efficiently. It requires careful planning, the right framework, and strong support from leadership. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I hope you're very well. I'm Jeffet Hernandez from Projects Management number 2. Now I'll continue with more details and examples from the reading to offer a more complete view of how Agile scalability works in practice. One of the most interesting points in the article is the concept of Scrum of Scrums. This is a simple yet effective technique in which representatives from different teams meet regularly to coordinate and resolve dependencies. It's a starting point for scalability, but for more complex needs, companies turn to the frameworks Michelle, my partner, mentioned. I'll give you a brief example of each framework. With SAFe first, in my left, in this slide. A company like John Deere reduced its time to market and time to market by 20%. This was possible because SAFe provides a clear structure for aligning teams with business objectives through value streams and shared resources. Now, in the middle of this slide, with that, the Panera Bread case story demonstrates how having a dedicated architect and focusing on goal-oriented delivery helped them scale without unnecessary processes. That flexibility allowed them to adapt the framework to their specific needs. With less in the right, Nokia Networks successfully used the LessHue framework to manage large-scale products with multiple teams. By using requirements areas and dedicated teams, they maintain a focus on customer needs during scaling. The document also shares critical success factors for scaling agile methodologies. Based on a version 1 survey, the top 5 tips are: first, consistent processes and practices. Second, executive sponsorship. Third, a common tool for all the teams. Number 4, agile coaches or trainers. And finally, and number 5, an internal agile support team that is really important. These points highlight that scaling agile methodologies is not just about processes, but also about people, culture, and leadership. Finally, the author concludes that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Companies must assess their own context, objectives, and capabilities before choosing or adapting a framework, whether it's safe, that, less, or even a customized approach like Scrum at a scale. The key is to stay aligned with agile principles while scaling intelligently. In summary, scaling agile methodologies allows organizations to grow without losing agility, generating value faster, better, and more collaboratively. Thank you so much for your attention in this whole presentation.